Hi, welcome to Miss Julie's Montessori Minutes. I'm Miss Julie here in my Montessori toddler classroom with another tip for you on how to teach your child, how to guide your child towards being more confident. And as I've mentioned before, as is the case with anything a toddler is learning, a toddler learns by having a well-prepared environment, including the prepared adult, and having interaction with those environments. And so the child brings everything else they need within themselves. So as our toddlers grow in physical ability, strength, and courage, we want to take care as we communicate with them, as we guide them in this life, that we're not saying things that undermine their confidence or that send the message that we're not confident in them or that we don't think they are capable. So as we juggle these two needs of wanting our child to feel confident and capable and wanting to keep them out of the emergency room, things can come out of our mouth like, be careful, be careful, be careful. So there's a few problems with the phrase be careful. One is, it's pretty subjective. My idea of being careful might be different than your idea of being careful versus the toddler's idea of being careful. And just the phrase, be careful, doesn't give a lot of information. Another problem is that the child might have thought they were being careful. Actually, they might have known they were being careful. Being on the outside, can't really measure for the child how capable they are of running that fast or climbing that high. And so that can make the child mistrust their own judgment. So a typically developing child will know what their body is capable of because they're in their body. They know every little movement they've been doing and how it's succeeded for them or not been so successful for them, and they've been watching everyone else navigate the environment. Generally, they know what they are physically capable of doing. So let's imagine a child that is about to step off the back porch, a little toddler, and they've been doing this holding the hand of their caretaker, and they know the motion. They've done that dozens and dozens and dozens of times, and they know their body, they know what they're capable of, and they just decide they're going to go for it without holding a hand. And as they're about to do it, someone says, be careful. The child already knows how gravity works, got lots of experience with that. I mean, they managed to learn to walk, which a big head, that's amazing. So saying be careful to them isn't really going to make them be any more or less successful in taking the first step. It's certainly not going to, the 15th time they've taken that step. I mean, think about it. If you're in the kitchen slicing tomatoes and someone walks in and says, be careful, nice, I guess that they want you to not cut yourself, but is it going to change anything about the process of you cutting a tomato? Instead, it could send the message that the adult doesn't really think the child is capable of stepping off of a step, and so maybe they aren't capable of stepping off a step because that adult who is the mirror for you has just called into question whether this is going to be successful for you. You thought this activity was pretty mundane. People around you are doing it all the time, and you've been pretty successful holding your caretaker's hand, but now all of a sudden this information is be careful. So maybe your judgment of what is scary and not scary in the world is wrong. Cause them to think, oh, maybe I don't know what I'm capable of. Maybe I need to look to others to tell me what I'm capable of. So what should we do when our children are taking a risk that is known to them and ultimately is not really going to harm them? And by taking that risk, they're going to gain more confidence, feel more capable, be more capable, because they'll have another skill and have learned another way to interact with the environment. Wait and observe And if you need to get closer to the child, let's say they're taking a rather larger risk and you aren't feeling comfortable, then go stand closer to them so you can like spot them, much like, Olympic athlete coaches do. Okay, future Julie here. I was just editing this video and wanted to make something clear. So if your child is doing something brand new and you know the child doesn't have an experience to navigate that risk yet, of course, it's your job to either demonstrate how to do it safely yourself, which is ideal, but they may be doing an activity that's really built for small children, like at a play structure or something, and it wouldn't be feasible for you to demonstrate. Then you definitely do want to coach them, describing what way they'll need to move their body in order to be safe, and you'll want to point out things like the heights or what they might bump into if you're on a trail. So new situations, we are there giving instructions. But even in those situations, still be careful, doesn't give them the information they need to navigate that risk. So still not useful then, but you will need to give more demonstration and verbal guidance to protect the child. And that might be true even in circumstances where the child does have experience, if a child is very young or has some developmental situation that they aren't able to typically calculate risks. Okay, back to the well-dressed Julie. But the good news is each time they fall, they get more information about what their bodies are capable of doing, and it gets easier for us to know how to comfort and encourage them.